जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः. We see Ramakrishna is singing in the front of Divine Mother. He has come. Now he has come to the upper floor in others' house and singing songs one after the other. The fifth song, he was singing for the sake of Sharada, a devotee of Ramakrishna who had lost his son. And now, because he belonged to the Gauranga Sampradaya, he is awakening his spiritual consciousness. When spiritual consciousness is awakened, all the material world looks so small. It's like you are seeing so many things conflicting on the earth, and you started flying in the sky. Everything looks so small. Climbing on the mountain, even the humans look so small. While we are flying in the space, taking a flight to some other country or somewhere, we see as we are going up, the man becomes so small, like a dot, pen written, dot, then totally disappears. Houses become so small and disappear. When we are in the top, 35,000 feet above, we don't see any difference. All look alike. Where is man? Where is house? Where is property? Where is man's ego? Nothing. Man himself disappears when we climb up. So when the spiritual consciousness, which is a ocean of bliss, comes, where is the pain? Where is botheration? Where is the world? Where is the things that bother? Nothing remains. No problems. So he is raising his spiritual consciousness to that level that he is able to get rid of all pains forever. The master continued to sing. This is the sixth non-stop song Sri Ramakrishna is singing. Assume the attitude of a woman devotee infatuated with love for Gauranga. Why do my neighbors raise such a scandal? Why do they cast aspirations upon me simply because of Gauranga? How can they understand my feelings? How can I ever explain? Can I explain at all? Alas, to whom shall I explain it? But they make me die of shame. Once on a time, at the house of Srivas, Gora was loudly singing the kirtan when, on the ground of the courtyard, falling, he rolled in an ecstasy. I, who was standing near him, seeing him, where he lay entranced. How the mind gets captured. Just like in the world, worldly love for the demands of flesh. The flesh demands a companion, and how it starts loving that object. In the same way, in the world of the divine, unaware of the bodily existence, free from all lust and greed of the world, it soars high into the spiritual sky and gets lost. Now it cannot be understood by any human what they would feel. So Gauranga uh, seeing Gauranga, losing, singing and dancing in ecstasy, losing external awareness, falling and rolling on the ground out of love of God. She gets, oh, this is life. This is life. Gauranga has entered into our consciousness. This is my ideal. This is how I have to be. This is how I want to become. So, in his thought, in his love, because he represents absolute ideal of a person who is in deep ecstasy of love of God. And she loves him and loves in such a way he is inaccessible, but she is mad after him. I want to be that, I want to be that, I want to be that. In world, I want to enjoy that. The subject-object relationship demands enjoyments. Here, subject wants to become the object itself. I want, just like a river wants to rush and enter into the ocean to become an ocean. This, how can they understand my love for him? The woman who is in, she is singing. Was suddenly lost to the external sense until the wife of Srivas revived me. In the Srivas house it happened. Another day in the Bhakta's procession, Gora was sweetly singing the kirtan, claps the outcasts to him and softened the unbelievers' hearts. Through Nadia's marketplace, he chanted Lord Hari's holy name. I followed the throng, and from close by caught a glimpse of that golden feet. The people who are outcast, the outcast comes into picture when a person is not following the customs of a society. When I separate from, I am in a group, I belong to a group, I have an identity, and all the people belonging to that group have a common ideal, common etiquettes, common way of living, and this is matching each other and to be like a cluster together with one idea, one ideal to live together in peace, harmony and mutual love. Whatever be their ideal, but they are one. Now, this ideal, if I don't follow, I follow according to my whims, I am splitting the whole group, or I am unfit to be there. So, the moment there is a deviation from their group rules and regulations, or the traditions they are following, then immediately they push me out. No more, you don't belong to my group. You don't belong to our group. You can leave from here. Then they always shun that person. And he cannot. Till he realizes and accepts all the rules again and repents for his mistake and joins is welcomed with the same force. So these outcast people are considered as tucha. A word of contempt is used from there. He is uh, unpolite, or he is not orthodox. So these contempted people, they are not honored. Hmm. Eh, If I behave according to my whims and fancies, now all are wearing clothes. Now suppose I start moving without clothes, how it would be? All start looking down upon me. So who will give them support? Nobody wants them. Now Gauranga goes and hugs them. This makes people wonder, what kind of man is he? Even the outcast he is able to love. He is seeing something beyond the normal codes that the society demands. Whatever race you belong to, whatever gender you belong to, whatever age you belong to, whatever way of life you lead, I love you. It is godly quality, nature's quality, independent of all the good and bad in a person, to see the divine within, covered with the dirt outside. And immediately that soul drops off all the odds, all the defects, all the imperfections, all the impurities, raised to the perfect level of the divinity. So this she sees happening in front of. He softened the unbeliever's heart. They are outcasts because they are unbelievers. But this he made them accept. Through Nadia's marketplace, he chanted the Lord's name. I followed the throng and from close caught the glimpse of his golden feet. The feet, she cannot go approach him, but she loves him. She wants to enshrine his picture in her heart. She wants to have a close glimpse. But the rush of the people and round, they have his own group, huge group. In the center he is there. How to go, how to meet him, how to have a glimpse, how to enshrine him in her heart, she doesn't know. But in and through, she could see the golden feet. Once by the Ganges bank he stood, his body bright as sun and moon, charming all with his beauty. I too had come to fetch some water, and as I looked from one side, my water jar slipped and fell to the ground. My sister-in-law, the gossip, saw me, and now she is spreading it everywhere. This is common thing we see. Anybody expressing ecstatic love of God, including Sri Ramakrishna's life, you see, everybody started calling, he has gone mad, he has gone mad. But one who is sane, people call him mad because he doesn't match with their group customs. The world is worldly. If a man becomes holy, it is difficult for them to accept. Balram's father was a Vaishnava. Hence the master also sang of the divine love of gopis for their beloved. This is 7th song. Sri Krishna, Ramakrishna is singing endlessly. See, each person, he wants to fill them with their ideal. Jotamot Totopat. As many feelings, so many paths to God. Each is holding a path. Sri Ramakrishna wants everyone to go to the divine in their own path. One is the devotee of Gauranga, another is devotee of Krishna, another is devotee of Durga, another is devotee of Rama. He sings for them their ideal, presents the great ideal in front of them. This makes them reach there, means transcend all their limitations. God is one. We see Him from different corners. Each religion is taking one aspect of God. The other remains unknown to them, doesn't matter. They reach the same thing. You love one wave in the ocean or other wave, it doesn't matter. It is wave of the same ocean. So one aspect, I am loving a person who is multiple aspects of existence. He is the president of a country. At the same time, he is working somewhere in an office as an honorary worker which is doing good for the world. He is worker there and is president of a country, and he is at home, he is father of a community, a family, another somewhere. Each has different aspects. In the house itself, that person for each one is totally available, and for everybody it is that. Now, as a president of a country, he is president of every one of that country. When he goes to his family, he is family member. Nobody else calls him a family member, but family looks upon him not as when he comes home, he is a family member. One is calling him father. He is totally available to him only as father. Completely. And another calls him my son. And to him, another aspect is another aspect is the same person as son, and is completely son for him, and is son of none else. He is father of none else. Another woman is looking at him and saying, he's my husband. He is entirely total personality, one object. He is husband for her. And he is not husband of anybody else. Each one is seeing in the same person different aspects of his existence, independently, completely. This each aspect, each power, is working as a president, he's working here as a family member, he's doing his duty as father, as son, as husband. All these aspects he is there doing. And how many personalities came out from one person? Each one worships God in his own way. Somebody calls him my father, somebody calls him as my mother, somebody calls him as a friend. They have different relationships. They see the different powers. Oh, he is Lord of the universe. Oh, he is my family friend. Different. He is working in different form. He is nature. He is the sky. He is everything he has become. Multiple. Various powers when he manifests. Each person is an independent personality, totally available in that form, in that aspect. The same person is president, same person is a householder. The same person Like same God is called by one religion as one aspect, holding on to one aspect. The other religion says, uh, now children, father and son, grandson, they are there. He says, he's my father. He says, no, you are wrong. He is my son. To you he may be son. To me he is father. What is the problem? The person is one. I also love him. You also love. Your attitude is different. My attitude is different. As a son, I take care of him. As a father, I follow him. Now, God has various aspects. Hinduism accepts all these independently as different gods and goddesses. What a beautiful conception, you see. There is no clash. There is no perfect harmony. Oh, God is one. Each religion call him in a different way, approach in a different way. Welcome, welcome. We are all one. Let us live in harmony. This is the Sri Ramakrishna's main message, and how he lived and looked upon God. He was everything, every aspect. He is singing Krishna's song to awaken the Krishna in his heart. He is singing Durga's name to awaken the Durga in his heart, in her heart. Each one is Sarada, is Gauranga's follower. He sings on the Gauranga to awaken the Gauranga in his heart. A Christian comes, he sings on Christ to awaken the Christ in his heart. And another of another religion appears. His religious ideal he sings upon to make him awaken to that. He says, I passed through all religions, all paths to God from ancient times, whichever path was there. I passed through and found one reality. Each is approaching in different ways. As Islam he practiced, he reached the last existence and found the same thing. A Christian, he found Christianity and found Christ. Oh, the same identity, same person, same entity. He is calling Allah and he is calling Christ. And this Hindu is calling the same entity as Rama, and another same Hindu is calling as Krishna. Oh, what a state with all religions emerge from spirituality and divinity, and again take different courses, different paths, and reach the same again, the goal, the spirituality and divinity. We differ in path, we merge in ideal. So Sri Ramakrishna is singing now for the Balram's father was a Vaishnava. Balram's father was a Vaishnava, hence Master also sang the divine love of gopis for their beloved Krishna. I have not found Krishna, my Krishna. O friend, how cheerless my home without him. Ah, if Krishna could only be the hair upon my head, carefully I should braid it then, deck it with bakul flowers. Carefully should I fashion the braids out of my Krishna hair. Krishna is black is my hair. Black would be one with black. She is imagining if Krishna was within her access, what she could have done. If she was a part of my bodily existence, I could have looked after that bodily part with great love. If he was my child, I would have looked upon him with great care. I would have brought him up. Whatever he wants, I would have given him. Suppose he was my hairs, I would have nicely taken care of my hairs in such a way and made it a braid with great care. How Krishna would be dangling in my head. If Krishna could only be the ring I wear in my nose, always from my nose he would hang. My two lips would touch him. The women wear the nose ring. If he was nose ring, he would be always hanging in front of my lips and would now and then would touch the lips. Always. But it can never be. Alas, why should I idly dream? Why should Krishna care at all to be the ring of my nose? Krishna could only be bracelets on my arms. Always he would cling to my wrists, and proudly I should walk, shaking the bracelets to make them sound, shaking my arms to show them. Down the king's highway I should walk wearing Krishna bracelets. He is clearly imagining so many things deeply associated with my actual living to be one with Krishna. It is like interlocking or creating a Krishna atmosphere around me, Krishna atmosphere within me, dwelling in Krishna. I want to be that. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.